been selected by the class. Mahveen, as I think everyone knows, was born in Pakistan. She grew up during a brutal military dictatorship. She saw human suffering. She saw poverty. She saw human rights abuses. She started a career in engineering, but very quickly moved to a career in journalism. As a journalist, she thought she could create better awareness of the abuses taking place in the international system and to build bridges between the United States and Pakistan and send a message to the international system. She came to MSFS to learn more, to gain the knowledge necessary to take her career to the next level. She studied international development, has now obtained the skills to be a creative leader, and is going to share some of her thoughts with you about your goals and hers. Ladies and gentlemen, Mahveen Azam.
Distinguished faculty, alumni, family, friends, and my fellow 2011 MSFS graduates. I must say how honored I feel to be representing the class of MSFS 2011, who gave me this opportunity to stand here today. Nobel Prize laureate Dr. Amartya Sen defines human development as having the freedom and opportunities to pursue the kind of life one would want to live. I represent a minor percentage of women in Pakistan who are fortunate to be given the opportunity to make choices about their lives. Unlike the majority of students in this program, I did not aspire to study international development. Growing up in a small town between Pakistan's capital Islamabad and a city called Abbottabad, I'm sure meant that you were not really exposed to the real world, outside world. So if you excelled in the high school, which I obviously did, there were only two options. The good girls went to medical school, which was the norm, and the ones who loved maths or wanted to do something different opted for engineering. I chose the latter. Fast forward many years, I ended up as an international radio broadcaster in the US. This gave me the opportunity to cover various socio-economic issues related to the third world. I questioned people who formed policies that impacted the developing world. I listened to the people whose lives were defined by these policies, but who had little say in them. While researching a program about homeless children of Pakistan, I remember talking to a 9-year-old boy, Awais, growing up on the streets of Karachi. Awais made his living by selling scrap metal and dreamt of going to school and becoming a doctor one day. Awais is just one of the 7 million children in Pakistan who do not have the means to get education, to which I believe he has a right, but simply no opportunity. I remember meeting another young man, Farik, who could not stop shedding his tears of pain and despair. Coming from a very low-income family, his only dream was to have a better life. He had done everything right. He went to school, did his master's in arts, even received a diploma in computers, but for years could not find a job. Some years later, I learned that he had settled for a job that would barely keep him afloat above the poverty level. These are not just stories from Pakistan. These are the stories from all around the world. So after questioning for a few years, I wanted to be more than somebody who sat on the sidelines and just asked questions. It was time to find some answers. 2 years ago, I joined the MSFS program and I was home. As we all know that this is the #1 IR program in the US, what truly makes it a great great program is the combination of the most dedicated group of people who are also seriously vested in each other's success. This group not only includes the MSFS administration and the professors whose doors are always open for us, it is also made up of the best student body, the kind of students who uplift you, help you, and will simply not let you give up when you can clearly see a B- in your near future. At Georgetown MSFS, I was fortunate to meet the most open-minded and most open-hearted people who embrace everything about their classmates. And my standing here validates this. And a testament of this is that two of my best friends here are from countries considered to be staunch enemies of Pakistan. My time here has taught me that we might look different, speak different languages, and may have different ideas on how we see the world, but there is a common thread that runs through all of us. What binds us together is the belief that by bringing out the best in each other and accepting that we are different, we can learn not only to coexist, but to improve the lives of those less fortunate than us. When your Asian American friend's biggest wish, besides having an awesome girlfriend, is to have enduring peace in the Middle East, or when your Indian friend dreams of a resolution of the Kashmir dispute, or your American friend strongly argues against carpet bombing Pakistan, you know that there is hope. It does not mean that we agreed on everything, but as one of you once said, I have never seen a debate end badly here. We will all remember the laughter in the ICC lounge, the dances and colors of the international nights, listening to the State of the Union address together, the fun and games on the Outer Banks, losing the pain of orals in the bliss of Epicureans, heavenly chocolate cake, and so many other memories. That was all I could have. No drinks for me. I thank our professors for making learning an exciting experience. As some of you know, that Dr. Albright loves the exercise of role-play. And of course, here I strictly mean our AFPAC role-play. How I empathized and felt the pain of India as an Indian ambassador to the UN, and what a fantastic job my friend did playing the role of Pakistani ambassador. Dare I say that she was better than the real thing? You were a delay. But that does not mean that I have stopped looking for the TA from that class who got me assigned to that role. Another roller coaster ride for some of us had been any of Dr. Moffat's classes. I would almost die of a heart attack every time I submitted the dissent around 4:55 to 5 p.m. And please do not blame it on procrastination, as I would be praying for an epiphany to dawn upon me before the deadline that would turn my dissent into this brilliant piece of work. And later I would feel like a teenager again with my heart pounding as I refreshed the Blackboard page 30 times per minute, waiting for those thunderous words to appear that ripped my dissent apart, and sometimes my heart. We all came to MSFS with a dream to do something better than what we were already doing. We were not ready to give up on ourselves or this world. We are blessed to have the opportunities to change our lives. The opportunities that Awais, Farik, and billions of other people in this world do not have. This program has given us the tools to create opportunities for those faced with perpetual cycles of poverty, hunger, disease, conflict, terrorism, and hopelessness. The challenges today may be different from those of yesterday, but the solutions still lie in us working together. So my fellow graduates, as you walk out of here tonight, I ask you this. When tomorrow you are faced with the responsibility to impact 1 or 1 billion lives, will you trade in your ideals for the realities and status quo of this world, or will you channel your uncorrupted ideas into making a better world for others? Having had the pleasure of knowing most of you, I have no doubt that you will be the drivers of change, and this world will be a better place in the next few decades because of you. You have never ceased to amaze me by your brilliant minds. But what moves me the most is that your hearts are bigger than your minds. As we all move on to the next phase of our lives, let us not forget to thank all of those who helped us get here. I, for one, would like to thank my parents for their undying love and support and never giving up on me. Then there is the guy who not only helped me recognize my dreams, but also made sure that those dreams were turned into reality. Thank you, Mahveen, for choosing me as your partner in life. Now, I would like to say a few words about our honorable guest speaker, Mr. Ben Powell. He's the founder and managing partner of Angora Partnerships, a global community committed to unleashing the power of entrepreneurs in the developing world, as he strongly believes that strong businesses can play a key role in transforming poor communities. Mr. Powell is also the director of the Angora Venture Fund, a development venture capital fund that invests in early-stage ventures in Nicaragua. He has an MBA from Columbia, an MSFS with distinction from Georgetown, and a BA with high honors from Haverford College. He has been a Draper Richards Fellow, a BMW Foundation Young Leader, and an Ashoka Fellow. He was a Social Venture Network Innovation Award honoree in 2009 and named one of the top 40 under 40 development leaders in Washington, D.C. in 2010. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ben Powell to the podium.
That's a tough act to follow.